I mean, I know we mentioned the Lakers briefly, but Casey, I'm gonna start with you because you're a pseudo Lakers fan. But Russell Westbrook has been
100% LeBron fan. That's what you meant to say. But go ahead.
Okay, whatever. He's Russell Westbrook been in the media a lot lately.
My family, my wife, even today, my mom said something about it today, and it affects them even going to games. I don't even want to bring my kids to the game because I don't want them to hear people calling their dad nicknames and other names for no reason.
Russell Westbrook, whatever you want to call it. He addressed those comments.
Hey, come on,
man. Don't disrespect.
I'm going off of
his name.
I'm not trying to disrespect him.
Disrespect his name.
I'm not trying to disrespect him.
You heard the man.
I'm a big fan of Russ, bro.
He's trying to bring his kids to the game.
Okay, all right. So like,
let's talk about it.
How do y'all feel like about it? Like, do you think he handled it or is handling the situation like the right way? Like, or how? I mean, I know the obvious answer is to play better, but like moving forward, like what do you think he can do to just like stop this?
So, first I want to address what he actually said after the game
yesterday
night.
against the Spurs. Yeah.
So this was Monday, March the 7th. They played the Spurs. They lost somehow. And
I mean, LeBron didn't play, so I mean,
yeah, but the Spurs were, according to my knowledge, they were missing people. Like they did
DeJounte.
I mean, yeah, but like I said, they were missing people, and they still somehow,
He's an all-star.
He's
an all-star.
I love DeJounte, I do, but I'm saying like, I don't even know if it's point to say it's the Lakers. Like this, you should expect anything at this point. But so after the game, the the reporter asked him, "How do you feel about the media, people talking about you constantly?" And I think like what he was actually saying was like you could respect it because what he was actually saying was like, "Yo, like." I don't feel comfortable. In other words, he was saying, like, for people who didn't watch, he was saying he doesn't feel comfortable being in public settings with his family around the team facility.
That's terrible.
Because he feels as though fans are, because there was a fan in San Antonio that was saying,
Russell Westbrook.
It was so funny because he said, "Don't disrespect my name." And then, like, as soon as he walked away, the fan got louder. He's like, Westbrook. I'm like,
bro, it's literally all started because of Skip, bro. Like, Skip literally lit this fire, and then like the world is just running with it.
Bro,
like.
Skip has been. I mean, there's countless people. LeBrick. I mean, Chris, the Bosch Spice. Like he's came at like a lot of people and their last names and actually like said things like I remember when Chris. I still remember to this day when Chris Bosch came on First Take and it was like, yeah, like my last name means a lot to me. I appreciate you not saying that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then after he left, Skip was like, by Spice. Like, he still was disrespecting him. So, and I don't know. I think Russ, like...
I mean, he mentioned that, like... I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, you good.
He mentioned that, like, he's heard that his whole career.
And that's what I was going to say.
But, like, now it's just, like...
It's gotten to a point where he can't take it.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's because he is in the most pressure-packed environment you can be in the NBA. And what is that environment for people who don't know? It is playing with LeBron James.
There's so much expectation. Not even playing with LeBron, just playing for the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm about to say being on the Lakers.
I think it'd probably be more being a Laker.
It's a double win.
There's just so much legacy behind.
He's on the Lakers
wearing that jersey.
Exactly. He's wearing the jersey and he's playing with LeBron, and LeBron is playing at arguably some of the best basketball of his career at this point.
I don't think it has much to do with LeBron, bro.
No, because I was going to say, let him have been in Cleveland right now, that wouldn't be the case. It literally is just the Lakers fan base.
That's true because
it's literally just the Lakers. It's because he's playing at the Lakers.
That's what I think it is.
But see, the thing is, and I think this is like goes to like you can use this in any walk of life. How something starts, like you shouldn't be surprised that if it ends how it started. This relationship with Russ and the Lakers started with when he got traded. Immediately, everyone was saying, "Why is he here?"
No. I heard people that was like, "Nah, this is gonna work."
The only Lakers fans were saying that.
No. I was about to say there were people on TV that came out and said like, "This is a championship." If I'm not mistaken, Kendrick Perkins said like he sees a championship.
Too much
something that because you think about it, something that I had to think about earlier today was like, you take like Russell was literally just came from a team that he came to and he literally took them into the playoffs. Take Russell off that team last year, they're not making the playoffs.
Nah, to that
talking
point,
about
though,
the Wizards.
The Wizards.
No. To that point,
talking about the Wizards.
It didn't start well with them either. Like
exactly.
he was struggling,
right.
but
it didn't start.
He
but
found a way
still,
to
around January. He always
he turned it up.
But he was the piece. You take Russ off there, they're not making.
Got bread.
They're playing for another
bunch of guys
like
us.
So
Nah,
No,
last
he's
year.
talking
I'm
last
talking
year,
about
last
that
year.
was no, he was in the trade. Yeah, I'm saying like the year before.
I think about this year, but yeah.
No, the year before. So it was like, yeah,
So like the idea behind Russ coming was when LeBron isn't playing, or assuming AD was going to be healthy, that it was going to be Russ and AD carrying the show. And in the beginning part of the season, I mean, we can be honest.
Bro,
Like Russ was trying in the beginning part of the season. He was trying to put up his numbers and do all the stuff he usually does, but I think he would like it was
lost
to,
so much
He's turning the
confidence.
ball over 8 times a game.
it was to a point where like,
Bro, like
every
that's eight possessions. It's just like fast breaks.
and I'm not gonna lie, like over like these last couple games I watched against the Lakers games,
He's
Yeah.
bad.
it's
He's
been
bad.
bad.
Bro, he
like-
lost his
and
confidence.
I'm a Westbrook
that's
fan.
what I was
like,
getting to. He
Usually,
lost his
usually he
confidence.
drives it to the lane or to the hole, but he
And
doesn't
he
even
even
do
been
that.
even
not
when he's
that-
been doing that, he was missing, yo. Like
He's not athletic no more. But like
It's-
the problem with Westbrook, he came to the Lakers. He's getting paid $42 million. You gotta step it up, bro. You gotta step
But
it
it's
up.
too much. It's too much positional overlap with him and LeBron. Because they,
But that's
they
well, figure it out, bro.
See,
Like,
and see, that's the thing because
like, bro,
look,
if you
look
making
at,
$42 million, if you making $42 million in any professional sport, you gotta be the man. You can't be complaining about little stuff like
bro,
Westbrook.
you already know
Like-
he can't shoot.
And
So,
I'm not gonna
like,
lie, before we get off the comment thing, I'm not gonna lie. Like my whole thing when I first heard that was like, you know how many times we've heard people being embarrassed or like some things that like they haven't been called before and like names like that.
yeah.
I don't really understand. Like I get it. Like we were talking about you know when you with your family and your wife, your kids and all that. But like to get upset because somebody's calling you out, like calling you Westbrook or like, come on now.
I was gonna say
that is like
it's
the
still
least. That's the
disrespectful. It's
least.
still
that-
disrespect at the
I
end
mean,
of the
that's
day.
still when you pay the ticket to go to an NBA game, you can chant like stuff like that.
That's
I
the
was gonna
least.
say,
Of,
like-
that. But I'm saying, as far as Westbrook like getting upset about that, that's like the least that you could be.
Yeah, I was like, it looks bad.
I guess
Because
he
the
just
only
doesn't-
Kinda. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
It's
doesn't,
like
he doesn't want his kids to start like looking
Bro,
at him. And,
the
That's
story,
the
the story, the
least.
story he
People-
told, the story he told. He was like he went to his son's child parent meeting at school.
teacher parent conference.
There we go. Yeah. Noah, I said child parent, teacher parent conference, whatever. With his son Noah, and he said the
Right,
teacher was
name,
talking
yeah.
about how Noah keeps talking about, oh, like my name's Westbrook, like I'm Westbrook, like he's really proud of his name, right? So then he was talking about how when they went to the game, his wife and his mother, he said his own mom, he doesn't feel comfortable with her. They don't want to come to the games because they're not ready for like the abuse. And just to go off of what John was saying, it's not like definite, but you could make the argument if you're making that much money and if you're in that type of spotlight and you have been for your whole career, you can't just like choose now, like, okay, like this
But
is
he's
this
never
is enough.
he's
You know
never
what I mean?
been in an organization like the Lakers.
He hasn't.
OKC, Houston, and Washington are nothing compared to the Lakers fan base.
That's true.
That's just
Absolutely.
that's a different type of
I mean, LeBron.
pressure and a different type of.
We saw LeBron when he first came. I know people who are Lakers fans that did not
They did
want
the same thing.
LeBron.
They did
it's
the same
literally
thing
like
with LeBron, yeah.
it's like when I think about like the fan base, it's like the Knicks and the Lakers fan bases literally are two
Very
fan
the
bases
same.
that's like
you could put Boston in there
they're
too.
gonna and Boston, yes, like
Yes.
those three teams right there, they're gonna
And Philly, yeah, I'm about to say
Philly.
Philly.
Bro,
Yeah.
they booed Santa, bro. Philly's an awful place.
yeah, just as true.
Yeah.
So it's just like I really think it comes down to just it's the Lakers because like I think back to like when he was doing awful in OKC, people still loved Russ. Like they,
Yeah.
it's just
Because
just about
the
where they
media
are.
protected
like,
him, yeah, and
yeah.
the media in LA not protecting it. I mean, look at the Rams, bro. The Rams, I know it's football, but like they lost a couple games, and everyone was saying, "Oh, like is the Rams? What's going on with them? Like they don't even have a home team. I mean, they don't have a home crowd. All this stuff. They still overcame it, and now everyone loves them. You know what I'm saying? So, just to
Bro,
bring it back to the Lakers,
The
yeah,
Lakers,
go ahead.
they're like the worst team in LA right now. Like every team.
They got swept by the Clippers, right?
They did.
This year.
Yeah.
They did. That was when I saw that.
Nah, that's crazy.
That was actually crazy to me because the Clippers, bro, they haven't had Kawhi all year, and Paul George, I don't know if he's played for 2 of those 4 games with the Lakers. Like, so they lost 2 games without Paul George or Kawhi,
A bunch of
with
nobody.
LeBron, I think. And
Amir Coffee.
yeah, come on,
Who even like? I'm sure no one knows who that is.
bro. They had. I still can't get this out of my head. Reggie Jackson was skipping up the court.
LeBron left. LeBron left.
He was ready to score the winner bucket. Like that just shows you the respect level that the Lakers
Bro, he
have.
was smiling, bro. He was cheesing.
Bro, Reggie Jackson skipped up the court, and Russ had to trip him, and like he
tried to
wanted,
snatch the ball from him.
yeah, and he wanted to try and start something, and Reggie Jackson literally gave him no play at all. Like he just was like, he didn't even turn around and look at him. So I just like Russ, just to tie it all back into like Russ, I think he just right now is a lack of confidence, and it's a lack of like he doesn't feel safe. I don't think he feels safe with the fan base or with the team because the organization. The rumor is there people inside the organization are trying to make him come off the bench right now, and
I mean, why can't
He's making $42 million.
he gotta be able to be a team
can't
player?
pay somebody
They're in danger of missing the playoffs because of how they are right now. So I mean, he's got to be.
It's not
open.
Westbrook's fault. It's not his fault. The team sucks.
A lot of it is his fault.
Well, not really. Like you take Westbrook off the team, they're still bad.
to be honest, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You leave everything the same and take Westbrook off.
They're still in the same position, kinda.
AD's still gonna be gone.
AD would have been hurt. LeBron would have been in the same.
LeBron would have been still carrying.
Hey, who knows? Kendrick Nunn could have. Let me stop. Could have.
Yeah.